Hi everyone, today I'm going to discuss the color which we call medium blonde. It can also be known as dirty blonde, but I'm going to go through some of the highlights of the medium blonde so you can decide if it's a good color for you. Many times in different lighting, colors can be picked up warm, ash, or different types of tones. So I'm trying to do it in the best lighting possible so that you can really decide and see for yourself how the medium blonde should look. Now there are always variances in the color, but in general, it will be very similar to what I'm highlighting and showing you now. Here we have a medium blonde. As you can see, there are some lighter blonde pieces going through it. Looks like highlights. It is more on the warm tone, the highlight lighter blonde colors, but you do have some darker tones dimension going through it. The dimension going through it, which is the darker color, so as you can see, here is a lighter blonde color, just picking out some of the highlights. But then here you have some of the darker color. The darker color is more of a warm tone. It has a warm undertone to it. But the combination of the colors gives it some really pretty dimension if you are sort of that dirty, warm blonde color. Now, there are many things that can be done with color. What we strive to do at Milano is personalize every color to exactly how you want it. There are so many different shades that you can go with, but if this is somewhat of a base color that you can work with, there are many different color services that you can do to achieve different outcomes of the color. As you can see, this has dimension going through it. So if this blonde is very similar, but you just wanted to make it a little ashier, we can throw an ashier tone into this where it can be a little bit ashier. What many people like to do with the medium blonde is to do a rooting. When you add a rooting, what you're doing is you're adding some darker dimensions to up here, so it makes all the other colors pop. I'm going to show you a medium blonde, which has a rooting, so you can see for yourself the differences of the two. Here we have two. They're both medium blondes in the premium process color chart, but as you can see, I'm going to turn it around. One has a rooting and one does not. When you add that rooting, it adds a third color dimension, which makes the colors all pop. We can do different techniques with the rooting where we can drop it a little lower or it can be a little bit higher. That's something that's a personal preference, but just I wanted to show you what a rooting can do and how it adds some pop of dimension and color to it. Now, there are different things that you can do with the medium blonde. You don't just have to do a rooting. You could do a reverse balayage, which would actually drop a dimension even further down than the rooting, sort of like a rooting and a low light. Or you can tone the whole thing a little bit ashier. So there's many different techniques that can be done to achieve your desired look. But the first thing we look at is what is the base color as the starting point, and then all the other personalizations. We have a team of expert stylists and colorists that can color it to your exact specifications. I hope this is helpful for you to see how the medium blonde looks in really good, natural lighting so that you can decide if this is a good option for you.